I'm in a place I've never been before, Athens in Greece. I'll take you along and show you my fabric finds, the shops, the experience. It'll be a fun one. Stay with me. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from liftingpinsandneedles.com. Welcome to this channel that is all about sewing, limitless sewing. And if you watched the previous episode about my Eddy blazer, I would have hinted where I am, but I didn't actually tell you where I am. I'm on a rooftop balcony here in Europe somewhere filming for you. And I'm here to share a special episode about one of the places I visited. And you'll see what I'm wearing that's handmade and also some fabric shopping experiences. So you'll be seeing a few episodes like that for a little bit while we're on this little tour. Now, we're taking a very budget-friendly tour. It's pretty fast. We're stopping at each place for like 2 days. We are walking between 20 to 30,000 steps a day. And yeah, it's full on. It's not a relaxing type of time away. We're going to need a little break when we get back to recover physically. I'm here to share with you my experience in Athens, which is a place I had never been to. My husband had actually been there a few times. So most of the places we're going, he's already been to, but my son and I, we hadn't. The first place we had planned to go was the Acropolis in the middle of Athens. You can't miss it. You just look, and from wherever you are, you're going to see it. And I think you can't miss out on going there if you ever go to Athens. And that's where we headed first. We're here in Athens. It's such a sunny, gorgeous day, and we have the Acropolis behind us. So that's going to be the first thing. And it's going to be a whole day of exploring this beautiful city. Hopefully some fabrics come at some point. One of the best things about Greece so far are the cats. They seem to be everywhere, and you can even pet them, some of them. Check out the blue skies, not a cloud. Well, tiny clouds over there, but it's just stunning. Can't believe I'm actually here. It's surreal. It's just so beautiful. Just the best thing. We're going to take it slow and enjoy the day. This is where ancient theatre was born, right here. So this is all ancient marble, and you're allowed to touch it, and yeah, I can't believe it. Super nice. It's got a little bit of sheen in it. Check out the seating. So nice, made out of marble. That looks like new, like it's been restored, but not this. Here is another angle. Medium amount of people. I'd say it's way worse in the summer, so I'm very glad to be here in the winter. Made it to the top. It was a little bit of a workout, so worth it. I've actually been training for this trip for years actually. You know, in my regular life, my goal is 12,000 steps minimum, but I usually do about 16 to 17,000 steps on a regular day. So upping it up a few more thousand is not that bad. Check out that smooth stone right there. It's like a slide. Well, I just fell. I didn't actually hurt myself. I fell like in slow motion and just sort of slipped and fell on that slide slowly. I'm actually too old to be embarrassed as well. So yeah, I slipped and fell right in front of this beauty. Okay, these are the rocks. Super smooth. So you have to be super careful. I know now. I wasn't being that careful before. I was trusting on the grip of my sneakers. I can only imagine how this would be in the summer. Like when we got here, there were no lines. I think in the summer, there's lines to get in here. I'm at the very, very, very top, and there's the Greek flag right there behind me. And then you can see the city from here. All around. I'm going around all this fortress area and seeing all the big sights here. So amazing. This olive tree has been here since the early 1900s. Now, what I noticed about spending 2 or 3 days in this area was some things about the city that I found interesting, like the orange trees everywhere, just on any random street, even in the commercial, but also the residential areas, just random orange trees on the street everywhere, dangling with sweet oranges. And we had some. It was okay to just grab an orange and eat it. Just the most sweetest oranges, amazing. Then the other thing that I loved so much, and especially my son, were the cats. There were big, fat, well-fed cats everywhere. Now, I'm not sure if they had a house or they were just free to roam. I'm not sure. But they were gorgeous cats everywhere. And they would just stay there and they'd come and let you pet them. And it was the best thing. I'm a huge cat person. I don't have a cat, and it's like a hole in my heart that I can't have a cat. So all these cats that I saw around the city just made me extremely happy. Now, the other thing was the fun music on the street, just street performers. The Panathenaic Stadium, now that's a hard one for me to pronounce, is a place I'd always wanted to go. And it's the stadium that hosted the first modern times Olympics back in the late 1800s. It's an amazing stadium made entirely out of marble. And I really wanted to go there. Like, I've never been to the Olympics. I'll never go to an Olympics. I watch all of that every 4 years. I'm glued. I love the Olympics. So it was a dream to go there. This is the closest time I've ever been somewhere that has something to do with the Olympics. Panathenaic Stadium. From the modern times, the first time they had the Olympics, and they finished the marathon here in 2004. It's entirely made out of marble, and it fits around 60,000 people. So we're going to head in there, check it out. And I think we're allowed to go onto the track later, so I'm definitely going to go on there. All the stands, all of this is made out of marble. We're going up to see the view from up higher. It's a bit of a workout, it's pretty steep. This is the athletic track right here. The marathon finished here in the Olympics of 2004, Athens. So actual athletes stepped here. Check it out, that's podium structure right there. This is underneath the stadium, and it's called the Tunnel of Fate. So cool, look at this. Now, what have I been wearing on this first day in Athens? It's the birdie from Green Style Creations. This can be a top or a dress, I made a sleeveless version, I've made a dress version, but the sweater knit version I knew I made with the intention of bringing it over here because it's a really lightweight sweater knit. It's impactful enough to look nice under my big jackets or whatever I'm wearing. And the collar just gives it something extra. So my criteria for bringing things over was the nice neckline. I always want that. And something lightweight that I can wear underneath that will keep me warm. So it was perfect. That's what I brought. A perfect layer underneath. I didn't need anything more than that sweater knit and whatever I was wearing on top. And I was perfect for the whole day. It was a day where it was like 5-6 degrees, about 40 Fahrenheit. So even though the sun was amazing and the sky was as blue as it can be, it was pretty chilling, especially up on the Acropolis. It was windy and yeah, it got pretty cold. But my birdie sweater kept me perfect and I really enjoyed that one. We just roamed the streets of Athens, so many great shopping and the souvenirs, we got our magnets and things. I barely brought any scarves because I knew I wanted to buy some on this trip. This is one I brought. I think it's the only one I brought. So in the afternoon after lunch, we were just roaming the streets and I was suddenly met with a place that just shocks me to my core of happiness though. Let's see. Okay, here's where it gets exciting. My husband was just taking us through the streets of the central part of Athens. He's been here before a few times, so he knows. And he didn't tell me a thing. We just walk. And we get to the street and check out what's behind me over there. All the fabrics. So let me just turn around. This is a street where there's a bunch of fabric shops here. So how exciting is this? So they decided to go sightsee somewhere else and they just left me here. So I can just enjoy in peace. They don't particularly like fabric shopping. So when I'm done, I will call them and they'll come and get me here. So yeah, I'm not even sure where to go in first. There's one fabric I liked just from here, from the street, in that shop right there. So that's where I'm gonna go in first. This is how the shop looks like, number 15 on the street. And there seems to be quite a lot to see. These winter fabrics pulled me in because I think they're really pretty. I really like this one here, it's super fuzzy. I'm gonna see what I can find. I'm thinking long term that I would like to use some of these in Brazil also, so I don't want to get too thick winter things. These are all rayon fabrics and they feel amazingly soft and all the prints are so nice. I'm looking at rayons because they light to carry in a suitcase and they don't take up that much space, and I can wear that type of clothing anywhere. So I'm really tempted with these rayons. I'm not sure about the prices, I haven't asked. I really like this green one right here. I'm really liking green right now, and this tone of dark green is hard to find, so I'm really liking that. These are 100% silks and I like that brown one. Now I'm gonna head across the street and I see a lot of dressmaking fabric here. I'll see what I can find. And check it out, I got two little things across the street. And it's got a lovely drape and it's really soft, and I love the caramel tones in here. Little bit of red, black, white. I think this is lovely. Okay, this is literally fabric heaven. It's just amazing. It's hard to just not take everything because I don't have space or the budget. Okay, all the silks here. Oh my gosh. This one with a big red print, it just calls out to me. I'm not sure what the prices are. I also like this one with that print right there. I think that's pretty. Okay, this is what I'm wearing today. Black jeans, nothing special. The big jacket as always. And handmade item is the birdie sweater from Greenstone. Has a polo neckline. Very nice and warm sweater knit. That's all I need. And I've been enjoying Athens with this outfit today. I'm gonna get 1.5 and make a shirt out of this or something simple. Maybe 1.7. Can it be 1.7?
Of course, if I have.
If you have, maybe not enough.
Maybe
Oh,
it's one.
yeah.
Wow. Look at this.
1.7?
1.7.
Ah, just
It's for you.
okay. Okay, so one of the ones I had liked was actually polyester silk-like. It was 15 euros, but I'm not going to buy polyester over here in other countries. I'll leave that for another day back home. I actually try to not buy that much polyester, and I went to see the silks that they had there. They were 50, 60 euros a meter. I can't do it, even though there were some that were gorgeous. So I'm a little heartbroken to leave that shop without a silk that I saw there, but it was just way too much. This shop that's like a narrow entrance, and there's wool fabrics over here and little samples. And then you go upstairs, and I think the shop is upstairs. So I'm gonna go up there. This is the name of the shop, the number and the street. Made it to the second floor, and this is how it is. Found some rayon twill with a lovely texture. I don't like the print, but I do like the quality of the fabric. Satin viscose, which is the same as satin rayon, 100%. Now, this is interesting because it's hard for me to find that, and they have it in nice basic colors. I like that green. I like the navy when asked about the price. And then all these are 100% cottons here. Look at this. I just asked about the satin rayon, and it's 10 euros a meter. So I'm really thinking about that one. Green or navy. I really want to take fabrics that I can't find back at home, or it's not easy for me to find. So I'm enjoying seeing everything, but I'm mainly tempted with what I can't find back home. Check out all these wools down here. You know, those lovely ones to make Chanel type jackets. Amazing. Just amazing. This is the second floor of the shop, and they have the window open. So that's the street down there. Such a nice day. I really like this cotton, and I really like this one as well for a classic shirt. I think that is so pretty with the red details there. Okay, this shop, you can't miss it if you ever come to Athens. It's amazing, and there's so much I could have bought. Yeah, I could have done some real damage in here, but it's really hard to be restrained, you know. I do have some little things in here. Yeah. I only can take so much in a suitcase. Okay, so I recommend this shop right here. It's right next to that one right there. This is a separate shop. You go upstairs. This is where I found that lovely wool. And then on the front, there's that one here, number 15. Those are good for dressmaking fabrics. The rest are mainly fancy things or for making cushions and curtains and things. Happy and satisfied, best thing ever. So thankful that my husband knows what I like. He just brought me here without even me saying anything. He knew where it was and everything. So yeah, that's amazing. Got some goodies I'll share later, not that much. Okay, here I have my goodies. I have 2 little baggies. Now, if you're wondering how am I going to take this home, for all the little flights we're doing a bunch of short flights. I'm the only one that's paying for checked luggage, big bag. So that is how I'm doing it. There's no way I could do all of this with a little carry-on like my husband and my son. Even if I wasn't lugging fabric around, I just couldn't live that life. I know I'm always going to pay for checked luggage. Okay, this is a rayon I showed you. There were so many of them, but this is the one I like the most. The price was good as well, $6.50 a meter, and it's a really dark green with a swirly print. You know, I'm into prints like this now. I found it extremely soft and lovely, and I got 2 meters of that one. There were so many silks there, and I got this silk. It's a lovely brown color. It's darker than what you see there because the sun is hitting it right now, and I just got 1 meter. So this is going to be something super, super simple like a cami or some very simple blouse with a very short sleeve is going to have to be enough with 1 meter. 32 euros. I think that was okay for me. I can pay that. So that's what I got on one of the shops. There was a shop where the lady spoke English, so that was a little bit helpful because I tried to learn the numbers and how to say meters and how much and that in Greek, but it's very difficult for me. So the first shop was a little bit of a struggle, but we got there. There I bought this wool material. It's blended with rayon, and I love it. It's so nice. I asked the lady, do you have 1.7? And that's exactly what was on the roll. So I got this fabric and it's so nice, so soft. Now I'm trying to buy fabrics that are going to be good for me in Brazil as well. And when it gets winter there, it's not that cold. So this weight of fabric and the thickness and everything is just perfect. And I love the tones of caramel, white, black, a little bit of red in there. I'm going to have to do some stripe matching, and this is nice. I would never find this back home. So that's my other criteria. And then the other one is a lot more simple. This is 100% rayon, but a satin rayon. And it actually looks and feels like silk. It's this drapier silk. It has that sheen, but it's not silk, and it had a price of not silk. So this is a fabric I would never find back home. You know, I know rayon satin exists. I've bought one once that was a print over there, but it's not a fabric I can typically find easily. So I got one in a color that I know I'm gonna like. It's not a navy. I would say it's a little lighter than a navy, but it's not a bright blue either. I think it's in between, and I really love that one. So those are the fabrics I got in Athens. Amazing shops. Oh my gosh, you know, if I didn't have constraints of any sorts, like if I lived there, I would be in a pickle. There was just so much nice fabrics to see there. So many alternatives. On the day that we were leaving on another random street, I saw 2 more shops in the distance, but I didn't have the time to go. So there is more than just that street there. There's another place as well. So it's a great place for fabric shopping. If you're ever in Athens, don't miss out because it's great. Highly recommend. The next day we went to Corinth, which is a city about an hour, just on a local train. Very beautiful little trip over there. And this is where we saw the ocean. I haven't seen the ocean in such a long time. I'm on a lovely little train in Greece, stopped from Athens going to Corinth, and we're going under a tunnel, a mountain right now, but I'll show you the view. Just ocean, just amazing. Check it out. This is the view from the train. So gorgeous. I haven't seen the ocean in years, so this is lovely, even though we're not right next to it, but at least I can see it. And Greece is so beautiful. I hadn't seen ocean for years, so this is really special, and the sun has followed us wherever we go so far. It's another sunny day, cold but sunny, which is really uplifting. We are in Corinth, and these are ruins over here where the inscription of Erastus is. Lots of interesting things to see, and it's so nice and peaceful here. Got to be careful with where I'm standing on because it's just a mix of rocks and grass and blocks and things. But it's amazing to come here and there's no one around. It's just the best thing. Now, after visiting these ruins, that was super, super interesting. We could see the ocean from the distance because we were up high on a mountain. And my husband and I were like, let's walk there. We thought, what is the distance? You know, we looked on Google Maps, whatever. We knew we were going to walk for an hour to get to the ocean. So we went there. So I don't know if I showed you from ancient Corinth down, there was an ocean far, far away. We came walking. It took ages, but it was nice. We had some oranges because there's orange trees everywhere and they're just hanging out onto the roads. So we picked some oranges and had them, the sweetest thing. And now we're at the seaside, Aegean Sea, the Gulf of Corinth here. So beautiful. We can't actually go to the water because there's a fence. I actually wanted to wet my feet even if it's cold, but I'm not going to be able to do that. And over here there's a mall. But we're going to spend time outside just enjoying the view. I haven't seen ocean up close like this in a long time. Probably ever since we went to Rio in 2022. I haven't been back to the ocean, so this is super special right here. Super beautiful, and the weather is just the best thing. Now, what was I wearing on this other day in Athens is the Frankie from Love Notions. It's a pattern that can be for summer, for winter. I've made dresses, sleeveless. I've made different versions. And this one has a polo neckline that I combined the sweater knit with the linen there. It's really, really nice. And I love that pink. It was such a beautiful day. Now, this was a day that was hotter. It was like 15 degrees. I'll write here what the Fahrenheit are, I'm not sure, but I felt hot that day. So I was taking my jacket on and off, and this sweater was just the perfect thing to wear. I really love the combination of colors here. I think it was really, really pretty. And it's one of the things that made it into my suitcase. I didn't bring much compared to what I have. I've got so little things to wear over here. Now, the next day, we went to the Acropolis Museum, which sits right next to the Acropolis. We missed on doing that the days before. We thought, might as well. We had a very short amount of time in Athens before flying off somewhere else. Last little morning here at Athens, we have our flight later this afternoon to Italy, to Rome. So we're going to a new place, walking to the Acropolis Museum that we missed out on. And there's so many things you can see without actually going in, like these structures here. We took lots of family pictures. And right next to an underground station, there's these ancient bath systems that were underground as well. I think that is amazing. The Acropolis Museum is super stunning on the inside, very impressive. Looks like a new building, but it's super high up there. And I think the price to get in was totally worth it. There's lots of floors, and we can even go downstairs where there's some excavations happening. Fun fact, my husband can read all of this. There's these tiny signs that you weren't allowed to take pictures or video in a certain area that I didn't see it. And the security guards here, they're like, no filming. I'm like, okay. Look at the side, how they were able to sculpture the drape of the material there. Underneath the museum, there's this ancient Athenian neighborhood that we're going to go into right now. It's part of the museum, just the bottom floor. These are public toilets from the 2nd century. Imagine coming to the bathroom in these areas in the ancient times. What I'm wearing there is my Eddy blazer. You would have seen the video about it in the previous episode. I really enjoyed that one that day because it was a really sunny, mid-warmish day, I would say. 15 degrees compared to other temperatures I've been dealing with recently, felt warm. So the Eddy blazer was really comfortable. I'm dressing it down. I've got black jeans. I've got sneakers. At first I wasn't wearing anything around here, but later in the day I bought a bright blue scarf in Athens. So soft, so nice. I love the colors. I just saw the blue souvenirs everywhere, and I really wanted something blue because it's a color that I like. So that's why I got that scarf. I really enjoyed that blazer that day, and I've been wearing it on repeat, sort of thing. That's all I have about Athens. This is a little bit different. There was some fabric mixed in here. I hope you enjoyed it. Next time I'll see you in Italy, which is somewhere I've never been to either. Bye.